So I was flicking through YouTube yesterday, as I do, and I come across this video from Russell Brand. She's not afraid to say it. She's exposing the globalist illegal immigration agenda. Now, I haven't watched Russell Brand for a while. I know he's gone off the rails quite a bit since the old days of YouTube, where I quite liked it. But it seems like now he's going down the full-on Tommy Robinson replacement theory stuff, which really does shock me, because back in the early 2010s, when he first came on YouTube, I absolutely loved his stuff. I used to watch his videos every single day when he used to do an amazing job of ripping the piss out of the Murdoch press.
Why is the Sun for 2 consecutive days doing racist news? Pizza Express is serving only halal chicken without telling customers. How are halal chicken slaughters? Halal chicken must be alive when they're slaughtered. Of course, everything's got to be alive before it dies. British chickens, we always make sure they're dead before we kill them.
He was brilliant. He was funny. He used to get his points across so well. He used to take the piss out of the absurdities of our parliament.
What the House of Commons agreed to. Iraq, Afghanistan, in misgovernment, Libya, none are success stories. Are we going to embark on action that could last for years?
That poor bloke, you see, he's knackered. I've been saying for about 150 years, stop going to these wars. Oh, we're going to another war. Oh, bollocks.
But one of the things that most shocked me when I saw that he started to go down this anti-immigration route is one of the things he used to do pretty much every week was rip into Fox News and their anti-refugee rhetoric.
Poor people in Central America, Mexico, and everywhere else are fleeing economic oppression, therefore they are refugees.
Oh, refugees. A refugee, right? I've looked at a dictionary because I was worried about it. A refugee is a person who is outside their country because they've suffered. Excuse me? Yes? Are you from here? No, I've had to come outside of my country. Why? For a laugh or something? Was it? No, because I've suffered. Get away from me. If that doesn't elicit compassion, what will? A person who's outside their country because they've suffered. You know, on that Statue of Liberty that people like him are well into, it says, bring me your huddled masses. Not you! You fuck off. But I'm huddled. There's loads of us. Don't take things so literally.
You know, back in the day, his opinions could not be stronger on this stuff. I mean, he'd even go further than sort of my opinions on immigration, where he'd think that the concept of borders altogether is completely ridiculous.
All them bits on that southern border are called things like California, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Nevada. Them words sound Spanish, don't they? A little bit. They are. It's because like that country was originally Native America. They probably didn't even give it a name. Then the Spanish conquistadors took it over. Then it was Mexico. Then about 150 years ago, America nicked it in some dubious deal. Like, as they are fond of saying, the old Mexican people, that we didn't cross the line crossed us. Can't just move lines around all over the place and then start charging people for it. It's absolutely absurd.
And he understood the flight of refugees that are trying to escape economic poverty and make a better life for themselves.
Under my immigration plan, the feds have the power to immediately deport anyone whom they feel is undesirable.
Undesirable.
Also,
Undesirable. I do not desire you. Get out!
Also, the aliens could not receive entitlements.
Bill, you're making the world awful. Stop it with your suggestions. Suggest something nice. Calm down. You're too angry.
If only the American people set aside their fantasy ideas.
Their fantasy ideas of togetherness and love and tolerance, that's all got to go. That's childish.
So let's take a look at this video that he's done. Now, I do want to make it clear, this is a clip from the larger video that he has on Rumble. So maybe he does refute some of these points on that. But this basic video that he puts out on YouTube is just this woman's opinions running wild without being challenged by Russell at all.
We are, I think, seeing now with both the Ukraine-Russia conflict and escalating events in the Middle East, the potential for dissent and the difficulty in creating a sense of broad domestic support for those kind of conflicts. Do you agree with that assessment? Do you think it's becoming harder for America to be involved in wars that don't directly affect American people?
People are seeing in Western Europe and in the United States the impact of the globalist effort to shatter our cultures with mass illegal immigration.
They never actually come up with the whys when they put these statements out, do they? The globalist elites. Why? Why are they flooding Western countries with immigration? Or is it more just the fact that there's a lot of poor people out there in the world and they want to try and better their life? That seems far more logical to me than a globalist elite plan to shift people from different parts of the world. Maybe there's a lot of war and famine going on and global warming, and people want to shift like they have done for centuries. Human beings have fled war, famine, climate changes to make a better life for themselves in other parts of the world. A little bit like what your country, America, is founded on.
Controversial subject, isn't it, on online spaces, replacement theory, and yet further to, observe, that these are mostly males, which is a sort of something that people have commonly observed about immigration. And I suppose the more neutral, shall we say, if you can even use a word like neutral now, take on that would be, well, those are the people that would come looking for opportunities for work.
It's not true. If you look at the people pouring in, I'll stick to my country because I haven't looked at the streams of immigrants into Britain or Western Europe as carefully. But in our country, the people who are flowing in, there are no disabled people. There are no elders, like none.
I mean, this woman's ignorance is absolutely astounding. No elderly people, no disabled people. Maybe it has something to do with the absolute perilous journey that these people have to take through the Darien jungle in South America. You seriously going to put elderly and disabled people through that journey, and you're surprised why it's fit young people that are making this journey?
Right? There are pretty much no babies. There are childbearing age women. Everyone's very fit. They don't carry luggage.
Luggage? Do you want to check a couple of suitcases through the Darien jungle? Do you? You want to carry that through the mountains? Maybe you might want to navigate this situation with 2 big suitcases with you, or maybe helping someone with a wheelchair. This woman is ignorant beyond belief.
So it's a catastrophic national security threat. And I've been to countries where there's militias and cartels and no rule of law. And that's what we're seeing in America right now. The police are being told to stand down. The newcomers are being encouraged to become police. They're being encouraged to become healthcare workers.
Oh, God forbid we let refugees become functioning members of society, integrate into society. What better way in policing or becoming nurses? I mean, what would she rather? They just stick on their own and don't integrate? Isn't becoming a police officer or a nurse one of the best ways to integrate yourself into society? What is she talking about?
And so what you're getting is what we do in other countries, which is the creation of a class of people who have no allegiance to the United States, who are not citizens, who broke the law to get here, who are being promoted and empowered above the level of Americans, given arms, given authority, who are basically creating a fifth column from within, bit by bit by bit to subjugate our country. We're going to be hard to subjugate because we're armed, but Britain and Western Europe are not going to be hard to subjugate, because you don't have arms.
Yeah, great, because that would be far safer, wouldn't it? So if her theory is right and all these refugees are here to kill us, it would be far safer for them to be in a country where they have incredible easy access to firearms rather than in Europe, say, where it's actually incredibly difficult to get hold of firearms. Yeah, that would be far safer, won't it?
We're going to be hard to subjugate because we're armed, but Britain and Western Europe are not going to be hard to subjugate because you don't have arms. We don't even have representational democracy.
What? How dumb is this woman? We don't have representational democracy. She is the pinnacle of these dumb Americans that for some reason think they're the only country that have freedom of speech. The only country, we have freedoms in America. No other country, well, actually, quite a lot of the rest of the world has free democracy. England doesn't have representational democracy. So we don't vote for a representative in our area to represent our community in Parliament. That's not a thing. My God, she is so dumb. She is so dumb. I can't watch any more of her. That's enough. Now, like I say, I'm quite shocked that Russell Brand has gone down this route, actually. I really am. Seeing as his opinions were vastly different. Like I say, I haven't watched the full video on Rumble. I'll put the link down below if you want to watch this video on YouTube. He doesn't agree with any of her points in the video, but he doesn't dispute them either. He just platforms this woman and lets bonkers conspiracy theories run wild. Now, this is the thing with immigration, the thing that I've always said about immigration. We can totally have a conversation about how much immigration we should bring into the country. It's a perfectly reasonable conversation to have. But when you try and dispute why these people are coming and try and make out it's some global conspiracy theory to ethnically cleanse or whatever rubbish, just talk to these people. They're coming from poor countries. They're poor. They're escaping war, famine, everything. They want to better their lives. That is why anyone moves from a situation that they're in. I'm showing the clip here of Bald Bankrupt's fantastic video. I'll put the link down below for that as well, where he joins refugees through the Darien jungle. Everyone just wants a better life for themselves, and that's what it comes down to. Like I say, you can have a conversation about how much immigration we should let in, but these people that try and make out that these people are just not trying to better their lives, it's dangerous, and it's shocking from Russell Brand, really, considering what his views used to be. Anyway, if you like the video, click a like. If you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe up top. There'll be another video. I'll pop that that Bald and Bankrupt video, actually, when I reviewed it, and go check that out if you haven't seen it before. Till next time, take care.